All right, let's get going.
You want to switch the camera?
David, you are officially the host.
Yeah, I got it. I think it's recording too. So, yeah, top. All right, so guys, first thing is, I know a lot of people are learning this platform. It looks like we are too. We know it. We're just getting our hosting down on how to run these Zoom rooms in here. And it's up right here. So, I want to talk today, and whoever is, I'm going to give you a little tip. If you're tapping on the keyboard right now, we can hear you. And so what I want to do, everybody, is I want everybody to mute themselves is what I'd like to see real quick, and then unmute yourself if you have a question. You know, we may have some time to do that, etc. So we're obviously right now going through a shift in whether it lasts a couple weeks, last 3 months, which I hope it doesn't. We're going to probably have to treat our business a little differently, and there's things that we should be doing right now. So I asked Danny, I said, Danny, can I do an interview with you? How many shifts have you gone through your real estate career?
9/11, and then the big market downturn in 2006 to 2012 was probably the last biggest one.
Mm-hmm. How would you compare this right now, kind of, because everything's stopping, it's kind of a different shift, but how would you compare that shift to this shift?
Yeah, I don't think it compares at all. That shift back then, people were losing their houses left and right, foreclosures, short sales. Banks were folding up, bankrupt. So this is totally different. In fact, I'm pretty excited. In fact, except for the fact that people are obviously getting sick and fatalities, but besides that, this is actually energizing me. I'm calling people up, as many people as I can every day, trying to see if I can help them, offer them any assistance. Know about the interest rates, where they're at. There are people at home going crazy right now. I had somebody call me today that they said they want to sell their house and buy something bigger because they can't take being home with their family, so they want a bigger house. This actually is a pretty exciting time. The people that are working hard right now, the people that are communicating, you're going to reap the benefits. And possibly if people are taking a little bit of time off and don't want to get out of the house, you're not really looking at making a bunch of money in the next 30 days, but you can build that next 30 or 60 days up to make 4 or 5 times as much in 90 days. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually way busier this last couple of weeks than I have been all last month. Today I had 3 closings today. I took 3 listings and staged with some properties. So it's just really, really busy right now. So if you're at home and bothered about this, stop. Stop being bothered, because this is the time to make some money, and it's gonna be a lot easier the next month to do some deals than it was before. The inventory is going to be a little bit more. Actually, you won't have as much competition because a lot of the realtors are shutting down. It's like in 2006 to 2012, about 90% of the realtors stopped working, so there was less competition. So if you're working, you're not gonna be competing with offers right now. You're not gonna have 10, 12 offers on the property. Just go out there. You might be the only one. You might be able to get closing costs for your buyers again, which you couldn't get before. When you're selling a house, the sellers are scared, so they're taking possibly a little bit lower offer. They're doing a little bit more repairs because they don't want the deal to fall out of escrow. So actually, we have the perfect world right now. Perfect from the seller standpoint, from the buyer standpoint, from the loan interest standpoint. So this is a really exciting time for me.
So what should the agents right now, if you were, you've built your business a lot of time. We got agents all different levels on here. Let's just take individual agents, just churning their business. What do you think? What should they be doing right now? Because nobody's like some people are saying, I don't want to see homes right now. Open houses, and I'll let this group know that we've been talking legal and in the state, and they're basically saying not to do open houses. So we don't do open houses anymore. We'll probably send that letter out today. So what should they be doing right now? Do you think if you're in their shoes?
I think you need to find out what the needs are of every individual you're talking to. If somebody wants to start saving money now or paying off their bills, you can see how much equity they have in their property. You can sell their house. You can take a lot of that equity and pay off their credit card bills, their car payments. They can move into a different property. With the interest rates, they actually move into a higher price property, a really nicer property, and pay off all their bills and still have the same payment or lower. So I'd probably target that a little bit. And I think it just depends on everybody's situation is different. If you're working with a bunch of investors and all of a sudden that, the multifamily market here is really, really busy. But if tenants aren't paying their rent, then the property value is going to go down, and all of a sudden there's going to be a little more abundance of those on the market, which right now there's no inventory. So that'll help us out a little bit more again, because we all know this is going to turn around. So what are you going to do for the next 30 or 60 days to be able to quadruple your money in 90 days? And that's what you need to work on right now. And that's basically just making all your contacts. You can do this business from your bed, from your kitchen table all day long. And we're very fortunate to be able to do that.
So what do you right now? There are pipelines. Do you see right now that you got people that are putting business off right now? Do you mean, what are you seeing right now for you?
I'm seeing a little bit of everything. Some people are rushing right now because they want to hurry and buy before they think, the world's going to shut down. So they want to get the house now in a month. So they're rushing. They see the interest rates are low, or they're fluctuating up and down, but they see they're low, and so they're rushing right now to buy. Then other people are, I don't want to leave the house. I want to stay home. So those people, they're on the internet more than they ever have been before. So you can reach so many people with your homes. I'm putting all my listings on right now. I'm not letting them wait because there's less inventory. People are taking theirs off to wait. They don't want people coming through their house. My house is going to get seen a lot more on the internet. I can go FaceTime the house for them.
There you go.
In person, and they can see if they like it. We can read the offer, and if you're worried about them not coming out of the house, you can put a longer inspection period time on it to give them more time to do the inspections, more time to see the house. Just give them an out on the contract.
Yeah, I think you should say a couple of things again, because I think those are the good things to write down. So you're kind of going into tactics right now in today's market without people, see them. So I heard FaceTime. Have you done that yet? Have you FaceTime on the house yet?
Yes.
How did that go?
I wrote a contract.
After FaceTiming it.
Yep.
Can you mute all of them? Should I wait down?
Use all. I inspection off of FaceTime. All the things that were wrong with the house, I showed them with the inspector there. The inspector was able to talk to them. So people are actually saving money by not traveling to come here for buying the house or doing an inspection. And I always tell them if they don't like it in a year or two, I'll just sell for them again.
So the investor market, I think, is going to be a big market. A lot of people that are going to have renters ready to sell when this turns around.
The rental market?
Yeah. I mean, like selling, like people who own rentals, they may be ready to sell after this.
Yeah, and they're rushing to sell right now because some of their tenants are not going to make payments or have lost their jobs, so their properties are going to become less valuable. So they're actually rushing to get some of their houses on the market, and they were going to wait, but now they want to get them on and get those sold right away. And as a buyer's agent or representing the buyer side, you have a lot more leverage with that now, because if a tenant isn't making their payments, you have a lot more leverage to buy that property at a lower value now, where we know in 60 or 90 days it'll be the tenant's going to start paying again, and it'll be worth that much more money on a capitalization rate.
Hey, some of you on here, if you don't mind, because I can't get it to do an all mute. We hear your background noise. So Walter, I heard your background noise. If you're not muted, please mute yourself. Leah, we heard some background noise in there. It's not bothering us because we're a little bit further away from the speaker. I can tell you if somebody's close, the monitor is bothering you. So, Walter, if you can hear this, once you mute yourself, because it keeps picking up sound on your end.
I like that. I feel asking questions.
Yeah, we will. We'll get into it. We're definitely going to do it in a second. So, all right. So a lot of stuff, you just dropped a lot of stuff in there. And really, I just like, they're sitting at home, like you said. Should they be calling you? You were saying check in with all your database.
Yeah, check in with everybody basically, and just offer assistance or help. You don't have to talk to them about real estate. It'll come up, I guarantee you, during the conversation. But the reason you're calling is just to make sure they're okay, see if they need anything, if they want anything delivered. Just reach out to everybody, which is what I usually do anyway throughout my whole career. That's just what I do on a daily basis. And now it's just more of a reason. Well,
what you've done, because years when you would train people, I think you were the one that you give them 20 business cards. Is that right? It's no different now. But probably not even talk to 20. You probably need to talk more than that now.
Yeah, it took away my whole business because that's all I ever do is just pass out business cards. Nobody wants to touch them anymore. So, so now I'm on the phone. I'm calling every minute of the day, just touching base with everybody.
Well, I'm getting messages, and so like today, I got a message from an agent that I know in New York City, in Manhattan, and she I could tell you that the only thing that she typed was my name. The rest was cut and paste. I was okay with it, and Aaron was just like, "Hey, how are you doing? How are y'all doing down there in the South? Are y'all warm?" And then she said, it's not as bad here as people think it is, and the news says it is. Although we're, in other words, she's reaching, touching people, just basic messengers using text. Don't let people are also. What about answer rates right now?
Oh,
Yeah,
everybody's home.
Everybody's home.
Yeah, everybody's home. Everybody's answering their phone. Everybody wants to talk. People are bored. People want some contact. So, I mean, now's the best time. I'm telling you guys, this is such an incredible time to reach out and set up your business for the rest of the year.
Do you think agents will, do you think just this little, I say it's a little shift. I mean, who knows how long it'll go on. I mean, we're looking through April because that's when things are canceled towards. Well, that you think it'll cause agents to get out of business?
Well, I don't think it matters. I mean,
Yeah.
as long as they're not coming from here.
That's right. Well, that's why we're doing so much to reach out to them on doing things. So,
I mean, just the normal average to less than average agent is going to bail, and they're not going to work. They're going to stay home. They're going to sulk about it. They're going to complain. That's why there's so much extra business for all of us. I had somebody call me just the other day that said they've been trying to get a hold of their agent for the last 2 days. They haven't answered. So they want to write a full price cash offer on one of my listings. So I was happy to go ahead and open the door and show it to them and write the offer. I hope it wasn't any of you guys.
so somebody asked, here's a couple of questions I've been getting lately is, if somebody asks, what's going on, how is this affecting the real estate market? How do you answer that?
Well, just like I've been talking about for the last 10 minutes, I mean, it hasn't really affected the real estate market. It's just affecting people's minds is what it's doing. It hasn't really affected the market. If you can just talk to them and make them understand how important it is right now to jump in now, to sell or buy, because the rates, the mentality of the people, it's easy as a really good agent. You can help your clients on the selling side or the buying side so much in negotiations right now because people are thinking too much about what's going on. So you can really help your clients a lot at this point right now.
Okay. Is anybody, y'all have any questions right now? I might have some other questions I wrote in.
Is that your computer?
No, yeah, mine. So, what questions do you have right now? Like market questions, strategic, how to negotiate. I mean, he threw a lot of tips in there a while ago. I don't know if you heard, he wrote it down. Extended inspection periods. Did y'all hear that one? I imagine you did. There's some things you can do creativity on there. So what kind of questions do you have? You can either unmute yourself and do it, or you can put it in the chat box.
I have a question. Danny, are you implementing the clauses that the broker sent out in any way at this time?
I read them and I'm going to. I have not yet.
Okay, so those are clauses for everyone who hasn't read Lisa Sullivan's broker email. Is there clauses that you can add to your contracts so that if the title company or the recorder's office down, that there would be an automatic extension with no penalties to the parties? So read those and determine whether or not your buyer and seller wants to implement those in your contract now or in the future.
So there. So Donna, you got your volume on? Explain your question.
So I just did a live video at a listing that's coming on the market, and I did it because it's a family with 4 little kids, and mom and dad were already leaving for the photos. And interestingly, I sort of got lectured from friends of mine in Europe for even being out and about, doing this. And I felt like I was doing the best possible thing because they already had the kids out of the house and everything. I'm also setting it up to where you can only do showings like from 11 to 1, a couple days a week, or maybe 4 to 6 on a Saturday. Do you feel like those are good precautions right now in this market in an occupied home with 4 little kids?
Yeah, I think, believe it or not, all the brokers are talking about that right now. Tomorrow at our at 11 a.m., I'm kind of you're going to get an email. It's going to be the same link right here. We're kind of doing a mandatory meeting to talk about those things. Lisa has been working a lot with ADRE council on just all the precautions we need to take when it comes to showing. So, showings become more difficult. I think, if you've ever had an out-of-town investor, I think you almost treat every client right now like an out-of-town investor is really what you got to do.
Yeah, at the house is vacant, way better. I'm actually letting my clients know that I'm getting there right before them, or I'm going in. I have wipes in my car. I've disinfected. I'm wiping the house down before we go in. Doorknobs, handles, things like that, kitchen cabinets. So, and then I let them know.
So I did that today, Dean, the photographer. Do you think that that's something that if we have these limited showing times that I should just keep my calendar clear for that time so that I can go and do that and help have the House ready?
I'm gonna table the question because we're getting into some legal things that Lisa hasn't got clarity on, to be honest.
Oh.
And so we're gonna go into a legal conversation. I will let everybody know I'm not gonna disclose who it was or where it was. We're getting more clarity about it. There was a person that is in real estate at a builder that was tested positive. And so,
Okay.
so obviously those are a lot of things that we're just really getting clarity on them. And the cases are going up because they're becoming more available. I think in the conversation here, I'm glad he started talking about it, is we got a couple things. First thing is, the business right now, it's an opportunity for people that need to buy. And don't think about, let's just say somebody decides right now to push it off. You've got to, he said it, I'm repeating what he said. He just said it, the way he said it was, you got to look to build your pipeline so that when this is over, and it will be, that you quadruple your business. In other words, let's just say this lasts for 2 months, right? That means on month 3, 4, and 5, you need to make up that business that you missed in these 2 months through your pipeline, because it's not that they're not buying or selling, they just chose to maybe push it off a little bit. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Or a different spin on that?
Which is what you should be used to your whole career.
Right, yeah. This is just forcing us. I mean, look how much technology we're learning to use right now. High touch with your database. And you've always, the reason I wanted to, because I know that you've always been high touch with a lot of well, you can't do as many pop buys. Now you're just doing it on the phone, right? So, all right. What other questions? And Don, I'm not putting you off. I think you know me well enough. I'm just saying, let us get some more clarity on that.
All righty.
Actually, I am just putting you off, I guess, right?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
All right. Who else? I want to guess. What's a question that's kind of based on this market? Something that a question you have, and just kind of based on where we're at right now. Don't everybody go at once.
So maybe it would be helpful if Danny shared with us like a script when he would call somebody. Let's have our agents understand what Danny's call sounds like, and I can be the recipient.
Okay.
You're calling Jody. Ring, ring.
Jody, I'm just calling you to see how you're feeling. Is everything okay? Is the family healthy? Are you doing fine?
Oh yeah, we're doing great. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
What have you been doing to keep you busy lately?
Oh my gosh. A lot of FaceTime. I'm working on files. I'm working from home. Lisa and I are working on command, so I'm excited about that.
That's great. Well, I just want to know I'm here for you. If you need anything, give me a call. I'd be happy to deliver some supplies or food to you or any of your friends. Just let me know.
Wow, that's really nice of you. I'm really wondering, should I sell my rental property? The tenants are moving out next month.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. I really want to ask them if they want to buy. Do you think that's a good idea?
I'm sorry to hear you.
Are you guys just laughing at me?
No, because his answer was just yes.
I know, right?
That's me though.
That's what you would do that.
That's how I would respond.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. So I'm wondering if I can approach my tenants and ask them if they want to buy it.
That's a great idea. I would start there. I'd be happy to call your tenant for you and see if they can qualify and if they would like to buy your house.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, well, I'll do that. Can I get their name and number? I can give them a call right now.
Perfect. I will text it to you.
All right, sounds good. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for calling. I really appreciate it.
Don't forget to give the dog a kiss for me.
Yeah, no dog.
Which he would say that too, by the way. So, I think the number one thing with people these right here, these conversations, I think, Jody, you made it. You talked about the rental property. How do most people what do they like? When they bring? I know what they say to me, but how do they bring up usually real estate? The conversation is almost always real estate comes in.
Yeah, I mean, every conversation is different.
Yeah.
I mean, I really can't really tell you how to answer each one because everyone's different. I'm not scripted at all.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, you're scripted more. You're scripted more than you say you are because you've been doing it the same way for a long time.
Yeah, possibly, but every person is different. Every thought process is different. Their situation is different. So you just have to understand what their needs are and then try to help them.
Yeah.
I have a question for Dan. For new agents who don't have a huge pipeline like you have, what would you suggest as far as still trying to generate new
It's
clientele?
probably a better time for new agents that don't have a pipeline, because you can call anybody. You could basically just start cold calling and just say, you're with Keller Williams Realty and you're reaching out to everybody you can to see if you can be of assistance. So before you might be bothering somebody or being like a salesperson and annoying them, and now you're actually here to help them. So you can call as many people as you want. You can just randomly dial phone numbers and help them. Just to talk to people. You'll get somebody when you say it's Keller Williams real estate and you're a realtor. You're going to have people ask you about the market, ask you how you're getting along, ask you how your day is, what have you been doing. So you're just talking to people. And it's a lot easier to talk to people now during tragedy than it is when there's not.
Yeah, because they're all home, they're all sequestered.
Yeah. I mean, how many people have you talked to today that weren't friends or family?
That's not a question. I haven't talked to anybody.
That is something you have to think about every day after like 6, 7 o'clock. Think about that. How many people did you talk to today? And if it's 1, 2, 3, you really didn't do a good job. You want to be able to pat yourself on the back and say, wow, I talked to 50 people today. That's incredible. So that's really what you should be doing at the end of the day and seeing what kind of production you have as far as talking to people.
Yeah, Hope, great job. Now you're just going to double it, right? So Hope says she's talked to 15 so far. That's not bad. Make up some more. People are always asking me, what should I do? This is no different than any time else. You should be talking to 50 people a day because most likely you're not showing as many homes. Some appointments are being pushed off. Some people are going, I talk to people all day long, virtual appointments. This is very common now. I'm seeing a lot of people do virtual appointments. I don't know if anybody on this call has done a virtual appointment yet. So you got the time to do it, to make the calls. It's no different now than before. The difference is you're just talking to more people. Right? You're talking to more people than you would normally because you're not much business.
Yeah, I've actually talked to more people and produced more business in the last couple of weeks than I did all of last month because I'm energized again. Before we were working really hard. There was a lot of this. Everybody needed a little bit of a break. And so you just almost subconsciously, you just start slowing down a little bit. And this actually energized me and it's pushing me even harder. So I'm really excited this time.
So, hey, no sneaking on the studio.
Just wanted to say hello. You guys on video right now?
Yeah. Zoom.
Awesome.
All right. So I think we pretty much, the moral of the story is, and it's funny, is I could probably bring up 10 and end goal every Monday, get to talk to a different mega agent on kind of what they're doing. I can promise you though, here's the thing is, and don't not show up for the next Monday, because we're doing it called Mindset Mondays, is they're all going to say the same thing. Contact game, making more contacts, start building your pipeline. You didn't lose business this month. You may have to learn, maybe work on your systems. You may have to learn how to close 10 transactions in a month. You've never done that. You may need to build that pipeline. You're going to be so slammed with business. Interest rates are up right now. I think they're going to come back down eventually.
The only reason they're up is because it's actually internally they raised them to slow down the loan process and the refi process because they're literally overwhelmed in the industry. So they did that on their own. As soon as they catch up in 30 days and they close all the loans that are in process 45 days, those rates are going to come down drastically to that hovering that 3% mark again. So if you get somebody in contract now and they say, well, the rates just went up, I want to wait, put them in contract and just float the loan. Don't lock it yet. And you'll still be in good shape.
Oh God, don't lock it. Unless you have some type, Keller Mortgage does have a one right now that if you lock it and it drops more than 0.25%, they'll actually match the new lower rate.
Maybe some lenders or all lenders might be doing that.
They may be doing, yeah. We'll find out. Yeah, find out what they're doing. Is there any other, in every shift, when I first met you in 2010, what I loved is that you've always found what the niche was. You've always kind of seen what was happening. Do you see any niches coming out of this?
No, I think the government with the stimulus and everything they're going to do to help all the banks and the travel industries, all that, I don't think we're going to see anything close to what we saw in 2006 through 12. So it's nothing like that. It's basically just everybody's just trying to stay away from people and hunkering down and until this all passes. And we know it's going to pass. So how much business can we push through in the meantime and set up for when it does come back strong and stock market goes way in. And there's going to be a lot of people that will get very wealthy from this.
Yeah,
A
especially
lot of people are losing their jobs, and you know, it's sad. But a lot of other people make a lot more money, and they're going to hire all those people. They might have to go into a different field or a different industry to make up the difference, but there's plenty of work and plenty of money to be made for everybody.
Yeah. So no, you know, so no niches you think coming out of this. What do you think? Is there? There's got to be some buying opportunities though from investing. I think you started out with that actually at the very beginning.
Yeah, just because the inventory, it's still going to be just as low,
Mm-hmm.
but the sellers have a different mindset right now as far as selling.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit easier to get a better deal or any deal on an offer you right now where that didn't exist the last couple of months.
All right. Any other questions? Usually I figured these would be about, yeah.
What are you telling your sellers when the prices have been coming in low?
I haven't had
You
any.
haven't had that.
No, I meet almost every appraiser where I talk to them when they call me. I talk to every appraiser. And you get to know all the appraisers after all the years, but it's nice to have a conversation with them. They've already done, when they call you, usually they've already done the preliminary work on it. They just haven't gone out to the house. So you can talk to them and say, have you pulled any comps yet? Do you have any questions? Do you see any issues? So you can confront that right away before they even go out to the house.
What was Lisa's question? I couldn't hear her.
She wanted to know what I do when the appraisals come in low. How do
You're
I
talking to
do that?
yourself, you're prepping
How do
yourself.
I talk to my seller about that? But I haven't had any come in low.
We're seeing a pattern.
Yeah.
They can't hear me, so.
Yeah, and maybe because there was multiple offers on so many properties, the prices were getting driven up, so that may be part of the reason.
Right.
So we're not going to see that right now. You're not going to see a bunch of multiple offers right now.
Do you think prices will come down, or do you think they'll just stabilize and become more realistic from the seller side?
Well, I don't think people are dropping prices. I think people might accept lower prices.
Got it. Which will in turn start lowering because the comps will come lower.
Yeah, I think I'm still in the same situation I was before as far as the values. I'm just not competing against people. My seller's a little bit more apt to do more repairs, put a new roof on, things like that. So it's not so much worried about the prices dropping and people scared that their house value is going down.
Michael, looks like you
Danny.
turned off your mute. You got a question?
Yeah, I was curious. Were you saying you speak with the appraiser before the appraisal? Like you have a good relationship with them before they actually do the appraisal?
You know, all the appraisers usually call you to get access. They want to know how they can get in the house. They want to know if the utilities are on. So they ask you questions. So they'll call you first.
Oh, okay,
and when they
guys.
call you, just make sure you have that conversation with them as much as you can. You know, just a real friendly conversation. Thank you for working hard. Talk to them about how busy the market is, how they're keeping up with everything. You know, just like you would with your sellers or other agents. That everybody is part of your team. So you want to talk to everybody the same way to make sure that the next time they call, they know you.
Okay. Because I haven't had I've only had a couple transactions, but I've only been able to talk to one appraiser before they actually went in. So
Yeah, are you on is your listing?
it was my listing, yeah.
Yeah, they should be calling you.
Okay.
All right, good question. All right, any other questions on here? I figured these things would be about 30 minutes, and I appreciate you guys for learning how to use Zoom for these things. So I got a new camera coming in, actually a whole light system coming in, believe it or not. So we actually almost like a studio of doing it. Yeah, Dan's exciting. It's all at home, Dan. I just came in, so.
Oh,
Well,
that's a good one.
I do have an idea for everyone. For agents who have listings whose sellers are calling and telling them they want to take their listings off the market, that we might utilize the temporarily withdrawn if they don't want people in their house right now. So remember
Good
the
idea.
temporarily withdrawn versus totally withdrawn, because then they have to earn their business back.
Yeah, I would also, anytime somebody says they want to, remember, everybody's going to react to these things differently. I may be a cool cat. You know, he's still at the office every day. Some people are freaking out, and so their initial reaction is going to be stop everything. Go back to their motivation and ask them. Here's what I would say is like, do you really want to sell right now? And if we had some people because there's still buyers out there, and there's still people that want to sell, and don't let their freak out, affect them selling their house, because some people are going to freak out doing it. Lisa's been talking to people that are people are freaking out on their deals falling through, so to speak. And and by the time I'm going to tell you as a group, we have 30 people on this call. As a group, get your brokers, Jody, Lisa, heck, call me if you can't get a hold of them. I'll help you. We'll get somebody to help you, because here's what Lisa's exact words. A lot of them, if they would have got me involved earlier, we could have kept them under contract. You're trying to do it, you're getting emotionally involved, and then it's too late. So any advice you give if somebody starts, and I don't know you ran into it, that doesn't sound like it, that they start getting people that are on the other side that are freaking out, things like that, how would you handle it?
Well, I try to push them faster. I'm like, okay, well, if you feel that way, let's try to get this closed faster. I get the sellers in a week or 2 weeks before the closing date. Let them go ahead and sign just in case they get, self-quarantined, they can't leave the house. Get them all signed now. Get everybody done and let the process just happen.
Hey, Javier, you got some, you hit mute, Javier.
How's it going?
All right, hit mute if you don't mind, unless you got a question. Somebody's got a
No
lot of
question.
I got a TV going on, so we're watching TV.
Oh my gosh.
So it's hard to say, but
I can't mute, and this was my mess up when I logged in here. We're doing it on our new system, so.
they should have.
Whoever's got the TV on, turn it off.
Going on to the testing, we do know that commercial testing is taking part in parts of the state.
Yeah, Javier, it's coming from you. Hit the mute button. There's a mute on there somewhere.
Lab tests are being ordered commercially. We are seeing them.
I can't keep you.
Why don't you just mute the TV?
Yeah,
The state is, public health department is contacted by a physician who they believe that they have really high risk patients.
You can't. I don't know how to do it. You can figure it out on there. So. All right. Well, any other things you want to, and like this is more interview. This is kind of almost like a team meeting type scenario. Anything else you would add on here on the market? I think we've covered a lot.
You guys can call me anytime you want. Just pick up the phone and call me if you have any questions, or if you need, so excited, I'm motivated. I'm super motivated right now. And also new construction. There's no reason you can't get a house being built right now. I've got a couple new construction sites that are just opening up. They'll be done in 6 months. So people can self-quarantine themselves for 6 months and go to closing and have a brand new house.
All right, there you go. Thank you. Whoever hit me on the TV. So. Nope. All right, that's the only thing I didn't do right was how I logged in on the host side, so I apologize. All right, guys. Well, and Caleb, by the way, on the note, this is why probably y'all need to sometimes if y'all gonna stay on, stay as the host when y'all do it. Okay.
Thank you. And what I want to do is
all right, sitting at
alleviate people's
guys, 8 a.m. every morning.
I know that the anxiety is out there.
All right, whoever's got the TV on, please mute the TV.
Testing going on.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
Hey, wait, David.
Going on.
David.
And I am following the guidance of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
David.
We've been hand in glove and in lockstep since March 11th, and we'll continue to be that way. I think you want someone who is surrounding themselves with